The business starts gaining momentum. You sabotage it. The relationship becomes everything you wanted. You push them away. The streak hits 30 days. You break it. Over and over, in different areas with different people, the same pattern plays out. And the most terrifying part? You watched yourself do it. You knew what was happening and you did it anyway. This isn't bad luck. This isn't weakness. This is one of the most documented psychological phenomena in human behavior. And today, you're going to understand exactly why you do it and how to stop. If this is your first time here, welcome to Wisdom Forgotten. Subscribe. We take ancient Eastern wisdom and modern psychology and turn them into tools you can actually use. Now, let's get into it. Let's start with what self-sabotage actually is, because most people have it completely wrong. They think it's stupidity, weakness, a character flaw, something broken in them that isn't broken in other people. But here's the truth that psychology has known for decades and that Zen masters understood centuries before that. Self-sabotage is not self-destruction. It is self-protection. Your brain is not trying to ruin your life. It is trying to keep you safe. The problem is that it's using a map that was drawn in childhood, and you've been living by that map ever since. Here's how it works. When you were young, very young, your nervous system made a calculation. It observed what happened when things went well, when you succeeded, when you were noticed, when you shone. And in some environments, in some families, in some childhoods, what happened next wasn't celebration. It was criticism, envy, withdrawal of love, punishment, pressure. The message, spoken or unspoken, was clear. Don't get too big. Don't want too much. Don't shine too bright. And your nervous system, whose only job is survival, learned the lesson perfectly. Success is dangerous. Visibility is dangerous. Good things are dangerous because good things can be taken away, and the pain of losing something good is worse than never having it at all. So it built a mechanism, an automatic, unconscious, perfectly calibrated mechanism for making sure you never got too far from familiar ground. Psychologists call this the upper limit problem. Gay Hendricks identified it in his research, the idea that every person has an internal thermostat set to a specific level of happiness, success, love, and abundance. And when life exceeds that setting, when things get better than your nervous system believes is safe or deserved, the thermostat kicks in. It creates a problem, starts a fight, breaks the habit, spends the money, misses the meeting, whatever it takes to bring the temperature back down to where it feels familiar, back to the level your childhood told you was home. The Japanese have a concept that illuminates this from a completely different angle. It's called Shogai, obstacles. But in Japanese philosophy, the most significant obstacles are never external. They are internal. The samurai understood that the enemy you must face before any other enemy is the one living inside you, the one with your voice, the one who knows exactly where you're most vulnerable, the one who speaks in the language of protection but acts in the service of limitation. Your internal Shogai is not your enemy. It once was your protector, but you've outgrown its protection, and it hasn't noticed yet. So what does self-sabotage actually look like? Because it rarely looks like what you expect. It's not always dramatic. It's not always obvious. Sometimes it looks like suddenly picking fights with the person you love most right when the relationship reaches a new level of depth. Sometimes it looks like getting sick the week of the biggest opportunity of your career. Sometimes it looks like inexplicable procrastination on the exact project that could change everything. Sometimes it looks like drinking too much, spending too much, eating too much, right when momentum is building. Sometimes it looks like simply stopping. Just stopping. No reason, no explanation, just a quiet withdrawal from the thing that was working. All of these are the thermostat doing its job. All of these are your nervous system whispering, "This is too much. This is too good. This is too far from what I know. Come back. Come back to where it's safe. Come back to where I know what to expect, even if what I know is painful." Pain that is familiar is safer than joy that is unknown. Here's where modern neuroscience and Eastern philosophy converge on the same truth. Your brain has two operating systems. The prefrontal cortex, the rational, planning, future-oriented mind that wants success, growth, and change. And the limbic system, the ancient, emotional, survival-oriented mind that wants safety, familiarity, and the known. When good things happen, the prefrontal cortex celebrates, but the limbic system sounds the alarm. Because change, even positive change, registers as threat. And the limbic system always wins against the prefrontal cortex under stress. Always. The survival brain beats the rational brain every time the stakes feel high enough. The Zen response to this is not to fight the survival brain. Fighting it only makes it louder. The Zen response is Jizai, freedom through acceptance. You acknowledge the fear beneath the sabotage. You name it. You sit with it. You say, I see you. I know what you're doing. I know why you're doing it, and I'm going to move forward anyway. Not because the fear is wrong, but because I am no longer the child who needed this protection. I am someone different now, and I get to choose differently. So how do you actually break the pattern? 3 steps: specific, practical, hard, but possible. The first step is pattern recognition. You cannot interrupt a pattern you haven't identified. For the next 2 weeks, every time something good happens, a win, a compliment, a breakthrough, a moment of genuine progress, write it down. And then watch what happens in the 48 hours that follow. What thoughts arise, what behaviors appear, what you suddenly feel compelled to do or not do. You are mapping your sabotage signature, because everyone's looks slightly different. Some people pick fights, some people get sick, some people disappear into distraction. Some people manufacture crises. Find yours. Name it. That naming is the beginning of power. The second step is expanding your window of tolerance for good. This is a clinical term from trauma therapy. The window of tolerance is the range of experience your nervous system can handle without going into survival mode. Most self-saboteurs have a narrow window for positive experience. They can tolerate a certain amount of success, love, and recognition before the alarm sounds. The practice is to widen that window gradually. When something good happens, instead of moving immediately to the next thing or deflecting the feeling, pause. Stay with it. Let yourself feel it fully for 60 seconds. This is not indulgence. This is nervous system retraining. You are teaching your body that good things are safe, that you can have this, that having this does not lead to loss, punishment, or pain. The third step is the Kintsugi reframe. You know Kintsugi, the Japanese art of repairing broken things with gold. The philosophy that the broken places, once healed, become the most beautiful and strongest parts. Your self-sabotage is not evidence that you are broken. It is evidence that you survived something that required this protection. The coping mechanism that once kept you safe is now the crack in the bowl. And the work of understanding it, of seeing it clearly, naming it honestly, and choosing differently, that is the gold. That is the repair, not in spite of the breaking, because of it. Here's what I want you to understand before you leave. The fact that you sabotage good things does not mean you don't deserve them. It means your nervous system hasn't caught up to who you've become. The map was drawn for a younger version of you navigating a world that no longer exists. You are allowed to draw a new map. You're allowed to decide that success is safe, that love is safe, that momentum is safe, that you can have good things and keep them, that the universe is not waiting to take them away the moment you relax. You are not broken. You are someone whose brain learned to protect them too well. And now the greatest act of courage available to you is not fighting harder or pushing further. It is learning to let good things stay. The streak doesn't have to break. The relationship doesn't have to end. The momentum doesn't have to stop. Not because you become perfect, but because you finally understood what was happening and you choose one moment at a time to let yourself have this. Let it stay. You've earned it. If this hit something in you, subscribe to Wisdom Forgotten. Drop a comment. Where are you watching from? And what good thing have you been unconsciously pushing away? I read every single one. See you in the next video.